Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. I'm Brian Winnikins from World Dairy Expo as we have a chance to talk with Charlie Hatcher, and he is the Commissioner of Agriculture for the state of Tennessee. And thank you to our broadcast sponsors, including Alcivia Co-op, AMPI, Annabis Silo, BioVet, Bauer Seeds and Service, Animal Wellness Center of Buffalo Valley, and Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. And Charlie, you were here at Expo. We'll talk a little bit about what you saw, but let's first talk about the situation in Tennessee with the remnants of the hurricane and the damage. Can you give us an update on your producers and what's happening in relief efforts?
Well, we've got a real mess on our hands. We've got 8 counties that were declared a federal disaster. We were working closely with USDA. Secretary Vilsack had a call with the hurricane states earlier in the week, and he's pledged all his full support for relief efforts, so that's happening. Of course, our state emergency management agency has been engaged since the beginning. We have 3 emergency services coordinators connected to my department that tie in directly with the state emergency management agency. And some of the counties are just now getting to the point that they can receive resources and supplies. I mean, it's been such a mess with interstate washed out, roads washed out, bridges, whole farms were destroyed, barns, livestock swept away. It's been a hard task even to get in and out of some of the locations. To get feed in to dairy farms and to get milk out has been a real challenge as well.
And not only to get the milk out, but also to keep it from spoiling because of the electricity that's needed.
That's true. There's been quite a bit of milk that's been dumped. I know USDA has some programs for that, but we're going to be in this for a long haul. This will be months, it may be years, in rebuilding some of the infrastructure, bridges and roads and that kind of thing.
What about the poultry industry? I understand they took a pretty big hit.
They did as well. I know of at least 4 barns that were completely destroyed, and we don't really have a complete list of the damages yet. So we're involving our universities to do that damage assessment, and that's going to help us as we request resources and also federal funding.
Talking with Charlie Hatcher, he's Commissioner of Agriculture for the state of Tennessee. He had a chance to talk with him at World Dairy Expo. With all that going on, again, you're keeping up to date on all of that, obviously, through remotely and all of that. But here at Expo, what were some of the things that you're wanting to learn here at Expo to take back to Tennessee for your dairy farmers?
Well, I like the fact the dairy industry has such a strong presence in Wisconsin. You have 5,500 dairy farms. In Tennessee, we have 120. I think in Wisconsin, the people of Wisconsin have a better understanding and appreciation of the dairy industry because they see it everywhere. And I love the fact that there's cheese everywhere and there's milk everywhere. You can't escape it. So I think the consumer may be more educated than they are in Tennessee about dairy products and dairies in general.
And so are you wanting to take some of that education back not only to your dairy farmers, but to your consumers in Tennessee?
Absolutely. I mean, Tennessee is a great place to dairy. I mean, we're declining in dairy operations on a regular basis. So while you guys are thriving and holding pretty steady, we're declining. But Tennessee is a good place to dairy, and so I'd invite anybody from Wisconsin that wants to change the scenery to come to Tennessee.
Oh, wait, now these Tennessee Volunteers are trying to take our Badgers away. Just a minute here now. You know, you guys had Peyton Manning. Let's just back this all up here. But from what you've seen, when you compare what you've seen here in Wisconsin, because you've been with Randy Romansky, our counterpart here in Wisconsin, and you probably went on dairy farms. What are some of the differences you see here in Wisconsin compared to Tennessee dairy?
Well, I mean, you have a colder climate, so you're going to have more total confinement indoor operations, so that's one thing. And you've got a shorter growing season. But to see, I mean, it just makes my heart feel good to see the corn silage being chopped right now. I know that's a big crop for you guys. And, you know, the impact of the dairy industry here, I think it's like $45 billion. To give you an idea, Tennessee's total, and it's the number one industry in Tennessee, is agriculture with $90 billion, but that includes forestry. So your dairy industry alone is half what our total ag economy is in Tennessee. So that gives you a baseline.
That is Charlie Hatcher. He is the Commissioner of Agriculture for the state of Tennessee. No, don't be going there. Well, we'll help them outgrow their dairy industry, but take them from Minnesota. The Gophers, you can take the Gophers.
And we have very attractive cost share programs that the state funds better than any other state. I'm just saying.
Oh boy! Now Secretary Romanski is going to be calling me up after this interview airs, going, "What are you doing, Brian?" Again, Charlie Hatcher. He's the commissioner for the Department of he's the Commissioner of Agriculture for the state of Tennessee from World Dairy Expo. I'm Brian Winnekins.